If you are experiencing foundation issues, get a free estimate from Ox Foundations.
Hello everybody, I'm Tom Roberts from the Greater Coosa Valley Chamber of Commerce, and we've got a busy week ahead. There's some important things going on. In case you hadn't heard, a couple of the banks in Childersburg are fighting it out. Not just over customers, that's a given every day. That kind of competition keeps the services and the standards up. But in this case, they're doing it for a great cause, the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. And throughout the month of September, they're going to be competing with each other to see who can raise the most money for that important medical charity. Now, Janice Groves over at Renaissance Bank, well, she's known for being a great host to the public, but she's also known to cheat. Yeah, I said it, cheat. She's getting an early start. She's starting this Friday. She's not waiting until September. She's getting a jump on Cadence Bank, and I have a little fun with it. But they're hosting a hot dog lunch, and Russell Scruggs is going to be out on the grill grilling up the hot dogs, and they'll have a couple of hot dogs, chips, drink, and I believe it's cookies for dessert, but that $5 is the cost. And they're covering the cost of what it actually costs to provide the lunch, and the money goes, all the proceeds go to the LLS, the Lymphoma and Leukemia Society. All right, on Saturday we have, got another one on Friday. It is the deadline for the Isabel Anderson Museum and Art Center to sign up for their annual photography competition. It's always a fierce competition. They got some great photographers that generally contribute to that. It's the last day to sign up will be this Friday. It costs $20 to enter and $5 per photograph. And you can see the staff down there at the Comer Museum and Art Center to get involved with that. Over at the Rainwater Library this weekend, James Spann will be there. He's known as the weather guy. He's probably been doing this longer than all the rest of them combined in the Birmingham market, but he's also an author. And he has a book called Weathering Life. I'm not sure of the details if it's all about his weather coverage or some other issues, but this is a great way to find out. And when people have book signings, you'll get to meet the author. They'll sign your book, put something personal inside of it, and you can purchase your own copy of the book. Also, this is a biggie for us at the Chamber of Commerce. Been asked by a lot of folks, including our vendors, are you going to have Childersburg Market Day on Monday since it's Labor Day? Absolutely we are. But we are going to be making a major change this week only. It will not be from noon until 3 o'clock. So tell your friends, write it down, tattoo it on your arm if you have to. But come on out early because we'll be having the market from 8 until 11. That way our farmers can get back home and enjoy some family time and a little extra time off and barbecue with the rest of them. But for all the stuff that goes along with it, the watermelons, the cantaloupe, the tomatoes, the potatoes, and all the other things, you'll have those available for you at the Childersburg Market Day this coming Monday. Only that day, Labor Day, we're going to be operating the market from 8 in the morning until 11 in the morning. Also, we have a very special guest today. Her name is deliverancehope, but for the next little while, you're going to be Meemaw.
Yes.
So who is Meemaw?
She is the grandmother of the children of a book series that I've written, and she's the inspiration that leads them toward God. She teaches them various lessons with jars and other tangible things.
That's a unique teaching and ministry method that she uses, using the jars, and
Absolutely.
It's quite creative the way that you have come up with that and use the jars. But
Right.
The story is now not the subject of the 3 books you've published so far or the ones that are coming. It's all about a TV pilot.
Absolutely.
And a TV pilot, for those that don't understand, is a test TV show. 1 episode, maybe a little bit more, and that's a little bit more we'll discuss in just a little bit. but it's to pitch it to networks, production studios, and such to get it to be a regular series. And this one is important for our area, our region, not just because you're from there, but the story is set there, and it will, over time, include an awful lot of information about the city of Childersburg and its rich, valuable history.
Absolutely.
It plays some key roles in the storyline, and that's one of the keys, because you don't want to just create a television series. It's about doing it in our area and bringing the production studio. More and more TV and movie folks are moving to Alabama.
Absolutely.
They're setting up operation. There's probably a dozen right now that are regularly making movies and television series, and we'd like to have one in our area, the greater Coosa Valley. And Childersburg's rich history is a good setting for that. So you have the basic cast set.
Yes.
Who are those folks?
Jackson Heath will play the character of me.
Now, he doesn't have a name yet.
No, he doesn't.
He may or may not have a name. You're the only one that can decide that.
Anna Thylacker plays Maggie Mae.
That's his little sister.
Yes.
Okay.
Brenda Gann plays Ma. Chris Thylacker plays Pa, and I'm Mima.
All right. Now, those are the basics of it. Now,
Right.
we will have others.
Right.
But before we get to that point in the filming of the pilot, there are going to be needs. There's going to be town scenes. There's going to be especially school scenes where there's going to be a need. You're going to need an awful lot of, especially children, but some
Right.
adults as well.
Right.
So tell us a little bit about that. What are you looking for the children, let's say?
Yeah, for the children right now, we're looking for extras that could turn into more of speaking roles. We'll
talk
seeking
about that in a minute, but
Yeah.
school-age kids, right?
School-age kids to just be part of the school scenes, coming out of school, sitting in school, things, being a part of
Lunchroom,
it. Yeah,
classrooms.
being a part of it. And
Now, it's going to be especially a need for Maggie Mae is 5, and
Yes.
her brother is 7 going on 8.
right.
So in those age ranges, because when we film for the classroom scenes, they're going to be surrounded by kids of a similar age.
Absolutely.
Okay, and those are going to be important, but we'll use some bigger kids and smaller kids along the way, because what they're going to be doing is we're going to have several scenes where the two of them are getting out of school. Well, they can't get out of school by themselves. They have to be others along the way. And that's going to be an important thing. But we'll also have a need for some of the family variety, adults that will film in the downtown area.
Right.
And those are going to be important to help set the scene. You've probably watching a TV show, they're throwaway scenes. I call them that. What it means is before you switch to some dialogue where the characters are interacting, there's something that sets the stage for that. Like there's an important scene inside the old market store, the old, what do you call those things, general store.
Right.
But somebody outside walking up and down the sidewalk, those kind of scenes are just as important to set the feel for that, and there'll be a lot of need for extras. Now, there's some other characters that that probably won't get developed in depth just yet, that making suggestions for whoever picks up the series. So where are you going to find those?
We're looking at them through the ones that show up for extras. They'll be chosen to be the supporting actors at that time.
And we want to get as many local folks involved as possible. That's a part of that process I was talking about, of getting the studios to set up an operation here, not just for this, but for other things. And making a big deal of all the attractions and the other things that we have, and the people to get involved with that. And who knows, they could end up being in other movies and other TV shows, and it sounds like an awful lot of fun, but you got to step up. Now, how do they get in touch?
They can email, it's Maggie Mae and me at yahoo.com.
And you spell it all out.
Yeah, Maggie MAE@yahoo.com.
Maggie Mae and me.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
A-N-D-M-E.
Okay, MAGGIEMAEANDME@yahoo.com.
And you also have Maggie Mae and me Facebook page.
Yes,
and
I
you
do.
can contact
me
you
there.
through
Yeah.
those. That's
Right.
probably going to be the biggest one. But
Right.
looking for people of all shapes and sizes, but especially the school-age children.
Right.
All right. Those other roles, who might some of them be, and describe them a little bit?
First, Miss Faye. We were talking about the general store. She's a prominent figure around the town.
Okay, she's a busybody.
Yeah. James Earl. He's in the school scenes. He's more of the school bully and the one in charge of a lot of people.
Yeah.
Sophia Rose. She is a beautiful girl.
She's going to be a love interest.
Yeah, she's a love interest.
Yeah.
There's Talking Tom. He talks all the time. He's one of me's best friends, and little Tim.
Now, wait a minute. Let's back up here a little bit. Talking Tom talks all the time. I'm not sure about this. I'm not sure anybody would believe that someone named Tom can talk forever without shutting up. That's just not believable.
Well,
It's also derogatory toward me, but I'll get over it.
yeah. That's fine. And there's Otis and Odessa. They also live on the farm.
Okay, now we have to go back just a little bit and remind folks that this is going to be, the setting is late 50s, early 60s,
Right.
and we'll travel in time forward, reflecting on a lot of the history of Childersburg. Well,
Right.
you have to also understand the day and time, and it's very real that there was segregation. The white community and what was called colored or black now were kind of separate, but that didn't mean that there weren't some very, very precious and meaningful friendships along the way, and that's where Otis and Odessa come in and their family.
Yeah, they're best friends with Meemaw and Peepaw. So.
And we've had a bite on that one, so hopefully Odessa is going to be
Right.
be already picked out. But
Right.
I'm looking forward to an awful lot of this. It's an important thing for our area, and one of the basic ideas behind this, I know that you have expressed, is also the title of the book tour when you go out and pitch the series. It's faith and family, and those things are very much in the modern world under attack, and they need to become, again, the foundations upon which our society is built. A lot of the hatefulness, a lot of the just downright nasty behaviors and things, I think, have a root in the fact that we don't have the things to lean upon that we once did. They're not strong foundational things. And the characters in this, the times of it, there was as much hate going on back then, but there were absolutely positive things along the way, and they were rooted in the basis of faith and family, and those are very prominent in this, and it's very going to be much like some traditional series like The Waltons and Little House on the Prairie, not to be copying them, but they have good storylines. There's good people, there's bad people, but they're very morally standard, and they're not a lot of other things that I think distract us away, worldly things. So that's what this is a little bit about.
Yeah, and I thought that it's very important that we start focusing more on Christ-centered books and series and things like that to bring the foundations back.
Instead of demons and wizards. They're out there and they're becoming mainstream, and this is not about great special effects or anything like that. It's about real people with real emotions and real battles, personal battles, and other going forward. Now, just to give a basic preview as we close out of what's the basic theme of this TV show, the good, the bad, the good versus the bad. On the children's parent side, especially the mother that has control over them, it's a very negative atmosphere and a very negative home life.
But their escape, fortunately, happens to be when they can go to Mima's and they learn the positive sides, the Christ-centered sides. So they learn good from bad that way. And they also in school are not treated so well because they're not very rich or in a positive, financially set, that the parents care so much that their children are cared for. Yeah, so they're picked on a lot because the parents don't focus on their children, but instead themselves. So there are a lot of negatives in their life, but it's their choice to choose the positive or the negative, but it's fortunate that they can see both sides.
Okay, be an extra. Learn to be a character.
Right.
There are a lot of things in the background, a lot of production help, lighting, sound, marketing, helping arrange all sorts of things on location and that sort of thing. They're going to be essential. So if you have an interest in being a part of this television, we're going to pass along everything that you get from the television pilot to the whoever ends up buying
the different networks.
So they'll have opportunities going forward. So contact it through Maggie Mae and Me at yahoo.com or the Maggie Mae and Me Facebook page.
Yes.
I'm Tom Roberts from the Greater Coosa Valley Chamber of Commerce. We thank you for being with us this morning, you as the viewer, and Deliverance for being here. And let's make a TV show.
Okay.